What is going on, guys? It is Rigormortis and we are back with yet another video today. And today I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about a company that is going public via a SPAC. I know those videos you guys are interested in because SPACs are a quick and easy way to make money, and they can be successful either for a long-term position or a short-term position. And so I figured I'd talk to you guys about this one really quickly. So for full disclosure, I actually bought into this company on November 27th. So I've been holding for a little bit. I haven't made too much money off of it. The price action has been pretty steady, and I'll show you guys that. But it is a SPAC, so keep that in mind. There's a little bit of risk involved, but a potentially high reward. So let's go ahead and talk to you guys about this company. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You know how I like doing this. I like telling you guys a little bit about it and whether or not I'm buying or whether or not I think it's a good time to buy, etc., etc. So the company that we're talking to you guys about today is called Lightning eMotors. Now, this company, in my opinion, is actually super, super, super interesting. And of course, we're talking about a EV stock because you guys know, like, I really enjoy these EV stocks right now, and I think they are just red hot, and the EV market is really gonna boom here in the next few years with all the announcements that are coming out. And we're going into a Biden presidency, and the Democrats are super big on electrifying vehicles and greenhouse emissions and things of that nature. So I really think that the EV market is going to be really strong for the next at least 5 to 10 years and even beyond that, because we do really need to switch to EV, and I really do believe in the purpose of these companies. But again, this is a SPAC, high risk, potentially high risk, and pretty high reward. So let's talk about Lightning eMotors here for a second. Now, the base company is actually super interesting in what they do. What they are trying to do in the basis of the company is take, instead of making a whole brand new EV car, which is what a lot of these EV companies are trying to do, what they like, what they're going after, what they're targeting, is actually electrifying older cars. Not necessarily older cars, but electrifying cars that are not necessarily EV cars. So they actually are partnered with companies like Ford and Chevrolet, and they're able to take their cars and actually electrify them, and they've been doing this. So I think this is incredibly interesting, and they talk to her about it a little bit here about how they can take these cars and then electrify them, which I think is just absolutely magnificent. I mean, it's kind of different than what a lot of the other EV companies are doing. Instead of making their own brand new EV car, what they do is they retrofit or repower even older cars, for example, and brand new cars as well. So I think this is actually a really cool company that's going to be doing some really cool things, and I think it's a reasonable time to buy their stock. And here they just talk a little bit about the company background and some of their target markets, which I think they are going to be revolutionizing this space, if I'm being honest with you guys, because this is something that no other EV company is really doing. So they're not really, like they say here, repowering cars. This is not something that uh, any other EV company that I know of is doing right now. So they really have a target market that is quite interesting, and I think they will be successful in doing something like this. Again, this isn't financial advice. I always tell you guys, these are just companies that I look into that I think are really cool, and I want to put you guys on, like I put on some of my friends. And so this is just me just telling you what plays I think are interesting and what plays I've gone into here in the past couple days to past couple of weeks. So I'm really interested in this company, and now let's talk a little bit about the price action for the SPAC that they're merging with, and how this company is revolutionizing the repowering industry, which is an industry that I wouldn't even have thought existed. So the company that they're merging with is GigCapital3, and obviously you can tell by the three that this company was Gig Capital, Gig Capital 2, and now Gig Capital 3. So they have been successful at merging with other companies in the past. And you can see the price action for this. It was sitting at $10 ish, just like SPACs usually do, and then it had a little bit of a run up, about 11% to $11 flat, and then since then it's actually ran up quite a bit to highs right here. It went up 22% to a high of $13.49, and ever since then it's been pretty steady. dropping back down just a little bit to $13.20 in that range. And today it's held pretty tight there. It did drop down to $11.75 just after market open, but then it quickly made that jump right back to around $13. So do I think that this is a good time to buy? Quite honestly, I think so. So when it comes to these SPACs, you got to remember that the $10 mark is the lowest that it could ever go. And so here you're incurring a risk of about $3.20, but the official talks about the merger still haven't happened yet. So all of these talks are usually just speculative plays until something super definitive comes out. So Bloomberg just published an article saying that they are in talks and that they are planning on merging with GigCapital3, but of course you can't be sure until the company actually comes out and says something about it, which I don't think has happened yet. And if it has happened, then drop me down a comment in the comment section below so I can go investigate that a little bit and tell you guys about it. But according to what I've seen, it's still yet to be announced yet. So we're sitting at $13 here, and I think that this is a reasonable entry point, especially for a SPAC that's in the EV market. And we've seen how these SPACs move in the EV market. Take Newborn for example, which literally went up by like 100% in the span of a couple of days. And so I think that there's a lot of upside and potential for a company like this that's sitting at a reasonable price right now at $13. It would have been really nice to buy in here at $11.75 because you'd have made around 10% just on the day. But I do believe that there is a lot of potential here in this company. I want you guys to go out and do your own research. Like I said, I just like putting you guys onto these plays and the plays that are coming up and I think that are super interesting. But what I want you guys to do after I tell you about these things is go out and do a little bit of research and investigate as to what the company is doing, what their plan is, and whether or not you feel comfortable buying in at these prices. And if you do buy, I'd really like to hear about it down below. One thing I really like about YouTube is interacting with you guys in the comment section. So whenever somebody posts a comment, I get super excited. I always run to my wife. I'm like, hey, somebody posted a comment. And I really like interacting with you guys. So drop a comment below. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys are invested, I want to know what your price point is. If you guys are planning to invest, let me know what you're planning to put in. If you think this is a good play at this price, let me know. And if you think that we should wait a little bit, put it down in the comment section. I want to know what you guys are doing on this one. If you liked the video, I'd really appreciate a like. It makes it so that this video goes out to more people and more people can subscribe and join the family. I'd really appreciate it if you guys did subscribe. This is a growing YouTube channel and I really appreciate the momentum that we've had so far, and I want to grow even more with you guys, and I really appreciate all the feedback and acknowledgments you guys have given me. So that's really appreciated, and I will catch you guys on the next video here in the next couple of days hopefully. Peace out.